So according to this film's logic, if you like eating your cereal dry and drinking your milk separately, you're a racist. Guess who likes eating their cereal dry and drinking their milk separately? Oh no. Oh no! Get out! Released in 2017, and it's directed by Jordan Peele, who has directed this film and also the new one that just came out this year, Us. And he also wrote and produced Keanu, which is about a little kitty who's friggin' adorable. And this film stars David Kaluuya, Allison Williams, Bradley Whitford, Caleb Jones, Stephen Root, Catherine Keener, and Little Ray Howery. The best TSA agent I have ever seen. One weekend, Rose decides to take her new boyfriend, Chris, up to her parents' place to meet them. But Chris learns, and this is a theme throughout the entire film, that Rose has not told her parents that Chris is black. Which leads to a very fun weekend of a bunch of white people showing up their stereotypes, making a lot of validated statements that they are not racist, and just a lot of passive-aggressive racism. However, something else is happening at this secluded location, and Chris begins to feel like he's being watched constantly, or that he's being put on display. And I know this film came out 2 years ago, but just in case if someone out there has not seen this, I do not want to spoil this, because the less you know, the better this movie is. First and foremost, this film is brilliant. It is brilliant in its pacing, in its execution, and its writing. I mean, that's really the thing that I can commend this film the most, is its writing. Also written by our director, Jordan Peele. The way that he is able to combine thriller and horror and mix in a little bit of his comedy chops, this film is just stunning to watch and listen to. It's just, what a film. I only have higher hopes for Jordan Peele here on out, because someone that has an eye for directing like Jordan Peele has, and how he showed it with this film, I want him to just keep on working forever and let him do what he wants. Don't get in his way, just let him tell his story. I remember when this film came out and everyone was raving about it, I'm like, oh my god, please don't be snatched up by like a major studio like Disney or Marvel or DC. No, just keep doing your own thing for a while. Eventually it would be nice to kind of see him with a bigger budget, one of those big blockbuster films, but for now just let him do his thing. So when he decided that he's going to direct the newest film, Us, that came out earlier this year, I was very, very happy. But like I said, this script is so dense, and it's so dense, which is interesting because a lot of time there is no talking on screen. A lot of times it's just looks or slow little zooms on people's eyes or people's tears going down their face. Just the examination of racism in this country is magnificent. It is so intelligent. And like I said before, this is not your stereotypical racism that you get in films like Amistad or 12 Years a Slave. No, this is polite racism. This is racial profiling. When Chris shows up and it's a big family gathering and the majority of people there are white, all of them go up to him and talk about, oh, how, yes, I love golf. I love that tiger. Obama, one of the best presidents we've ever had. I would have voted him a third time. It's put on display for this film because that's a mirror to our society. That is a mirror to the culture that we have today. When people try to validate that they are not racist, but yet when they try to do that, they kind of come off as racist. No, I'm being inclusive. Yes, I like Obama. I like Tiger Woods. He's my favorite golf player. My company's doing great because we have a lot of diversity. It just puts on display how some people of a certain race that are trying to be inclusive of another person's race, the more that they try to be inclusive, or the more obvious that they're trying to make it seem like they're being inclusive, the more separative they're coming off as. Plus, this film also examines privilege, a P word that I don't really like, but I am a white straight male, and I know that there is some kind of privilege that goes, in my baggage as opposed to someone else. And again, this film puts that in the forefront. But it's not just the white man privilege that it examines. No, we take a look at how white people view privilege when it comes to African Americans. One group of people feels like they have everything handed to them in our society and in our government. The other feel that, hey, this other group of people is superior in a physical way. Now, I don't have the answers to any of that. I'm just going to focus on this film and how this film portrays that look at the idea of privilege. Just like I said, this film is so layered, it is so detailed, just in its script alone, but also in its performances. Daniel Kaluuya, oh my god, I have never seen him before, and he was fantastic here. He's one of those actors, I'm sure, that can cry on command, that just people piss me off because it always takes me a little bit to get crying or to have to get into a certain place in order to get tears going whenever I'm performing. But I am almost certain that Daniel is a person that a director says, okay, start crying, and he can just automatically do it. Son of a bitch. But he was wonderful, the way he portrays just an uncomfortableness in his situation, just going up to this person's family, let alone just someone that you've never met before and going into their house. That's nerve-wracking to begin with, let alone being the only black person at this huge white gathering. I can only imagine how uncomfortable that is. And he plays it magnificently. Allison Williams, who I had never seen before, I really loved her. Bradley Whitford, he always plays like the sleazy, privileged white dude in any film that he is in. Just go watch Billy Madison. And Little Ray Howery, oh my god, this guy is hilarious. He plays a TSA agent who is just, so obsessed with any type of conspiracy theory that he can get his hands on. And when Chris starts calling him and saying, hey, something's not right, there's these other black people here and they are acting very strangely, the character that he plays, just something goes off in his mind and he just goes off on a tangent. He was one of, if not the best part of this film. I don't think anyone in the world loves TSA, but after watching him, you know what? You can be the poster boy for TSA. TS motherfucking A. It's what we do. And also on the subject of the performers, just how Jordan Peele directed them, what he asked is just so difficult here. There are many times throughout this film where the actor is on screen and their face is saying one thing, but their eyes and something in their voice is saying another. Everyone puts on a polite and happy face, but if you look, because the camera just lingers on them for like minutes, and if you look closely at their eyes, and if you hear it, just a slight thing in their voice, you can tell that either they're in pain, or they're scared, or there's some type of anxiety going on inside of them. For actors in general, it's difficult to portray a genuine feeling, a genuine reaction, just overall in your voice and in your body language. Now have a director say, okay, your face says you're happy, but your eyes and your mouth and your voice says that you're scared. Go. And almost every one of them has something like that in this film. And when you get to the end of the film, you discover why that is, but just leading up to it, it's just like, it's brilliant acting all across the board. Guys, in the end, Get Out is a masterpiece. This is Jordan Peele's first directed feature film, and he hit it out of the park. And he made this film for like $5 million. It grossed over $250 million. That's why I say, let Jordan Peele do his thing. Don't interfere with him, just hire him on to do his work and let him go. Yes, eventually let's get him into those big blockbuster films, but for now, let's let him have his fun. Let's let him work his craft and develop it even more. That way he becomes even more of a master. You have great performances here all across the board. Just the use of tension and the build of tension in this film is just so skillfully crafted. And what's even more impressive is the release of that tension here and there with the use of comedy. And it's not like stupid, shticky comedy. No, this comedy makes sense for this film. I couldn't recommend this film enough. When this film came out in 2017, it was one of the best movies that I saw that year. It definitely deserved to win Best Picture. Definitely over Shape of Water, in my opinion. But if you haven't seen it, please, please, please check it out. I'm gonna give Get Out 5 out of 5 Blu-rays. Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and my next movie review that I'm going to be doing is a recommendation from one of my subscribers. He goes by the name of Rodrigo, and he recommended Saint Trinians. Never heard of this film before, but Rodrigo says this is one of his favorite movies. It's one of his favorite comedies. And just looking at the aesthetic of the poster, I think that this is going to be a rough one. Sorry, Rodrigo, I appreciate the recommendation. I love your support. Thank you very much. It's just, I'm going to be honest with my opinions, and looking at that, it just comes across as cheap for me. But I love being surprised, so if you're telling me that this is a movie, that it's hilarious, it's one of your favorite comedies, that I'm going to love the humor, which I hope you're right. If I love the humor, then hey, thank you very much, Rodrigo, for the recommendation. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, please leave your comment below this video or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So everyone, have you seen Get Out? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And remember, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2019, so if you like what you saw here, hit that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. And if we hit 1,000, I'm gonna watch and torture myself watching Arachnophobia, which is a movie I never want to watch again, but I'll do it for you because I love all of you and your support so much. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Saint Trinians. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.